And welcome back to Rockstage. My guest right now is Brent Holland, a composer. Brent, how are you?
Fine, how you doing?
Super. Tell me about what you do.
Well, I do music for TV, films, jingles, just about anything you can think of. Anybody needs a freelance composer, that's what I do. My work takes me into all kinds of areas, documentaries, TV shows, films. Even last night we were doing a children's song till the early hours in the morning. So that's what I basically do.
You brought a clip with you, or a couple of clips. What's on the first clip you brought?
The first clip I brought is a documentary I did for Canadian National Railways. And the director, Bob Barrett, wanted something very exciting, very orchestrated. So I used full orchestrations in a MIDI studio. I used samplers and synthesizers and things. And there's a lot of movement in the documentary, so there had to be a lot of movement, and excitement was the key word he used in the clip.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the first clip. Now, a clip like that, like we just saw, now how do you work on that? Do they supply you with the film or a storyboard?
Sometimes neither, and sometimes both. In this particular case, they supplied me with the actual film time-coded. And what the time code allows me to do is actually sync up my computer, which is in my studio, with the video. So as the video is going along, it actually catches up to the computer, and then in that way, the music stays in sync. So everything is in sync.
Where do you get your inspiration to write stuff? Like, where do you start from?
Well, I start with images in my head. I talk a lot with the directors, the producers, try and get their ideas. For example, if they're stuck on what type of music they want to do, often I'll go in and I'll say, what type of music do you want? And they say, I don't know, just something good. Then I'll start with them and I'll say, okay, would you like a style of jazz? Would you like a style in orchestrations? Try and narrow things down. Sometimes if they get really stuck, I'll turn to colors and say, okay, if this had to be a color, would it be red, blue, or green? And they'll say red. Then I'll say crimson red or another type of red. And by doing that, that allows the director or the producer, who's ever producing it, to focus in on what they actually want. And I'm able to take those images after and put them through, process them through my head, and they all come out into the keyboard.
What's a quick summary of your second clip?
Second clip is going to be an underwater dance troupe called H3O, which has received some notoriety. It's won a silver medal in a festival in New York and also a music festival in Bourges, France. And they dance underwater, and they're a Montreal dance troupe, and it's a really beautiful art form to see.
Well, let's have a look at the second clip from Brent Holland. Now, this second clip we just saw, this was dancing underwater.
That's right.
Now, could they hear the music underwater?
No, what happened was they did the choreography beforehand. I was able to go to the pool and watch them do the choreography, and then I went back and through discussions, like I'd mentioned before, with the director and the producers, I was able to come up with this style of music. Now, this style of music was completely different. It was sort of an avant-garde style of music. They wanted me to meld several styles of music together. So, for example, there was a Pete Townsend-style power guitar chord in there. There was African rhythms, and there was also a jazz chromatic sax line. So all three came together to help push the images forward through the television set. Because what's unique about this dance troupe is that you can only see them on video through the uniqueness of video because they use reverse camera angles.
And what's the last clip you brought for us today?
The last clip I brought is the theme for Travel Travel from CFCF 12.
Well, Brent, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
And today we're going to close with the clip from Travel Travel, and we'll see you next week on Rockstage, where our guests will be Possession Simple. Bye for now.
Okay, it's time for a group called Island.
Okay, here's a rundown of the members of Island. Brent Holland plays drums and tubular bells. He's been drumming for about 16 years and has worked with Pat Metheny, Pagliaro, Segarini, and others. Jeff McDavid plays electric and 12-string guitars. He's played for 15 years and was a member of Wyant for 3 years.
And Ron Knight is the bass player. He's played for about 15 years, too. He was also a member of Wyant for 3 years. And Phil Morrow is the vocalist, who's been singing for 18 years and was a member of Wyant also for 2 years and a member of 777s for 2. And to round things up, Danny Cerise, the keyboardist, who's played keyboards for about 15 years.
Yeah, the band was started in August '82 and is in the process of rehearsing. A series of concerts is planned in February to promote the band, too. All writing is done by Brent Holland. The band hopes to do a lot of touring and studio work in the future in hopes of generating more exposure.
Okay, let's get into Island, a song called Montreal on Shom FM.
Montreal's fine in the early morning time before the sun is up and the stars are still low. Friday is a whisper, Sunday's round the corner, a shiver, and Monday's in the wind. As I awake, the battle winds, I shut my eyes and slip into my music. How it feels when you come in the city at night and the air looks bright and you hear closer than you thought. In between life and death runs a line, an invisible wall. Darkness overflows, leaves begin to fall. Sandals worn through barefoot the carpenter. Glass and spoon create the
an island on L'Esprit 8283. The first song we heard was called Montreal, and that song, by the way, has the line in it, "When days get too tall, I'm home again to my Montreal."
Should have known.
I
you'd pick
noticed
something
that.
Yeah, you would.
Okay. And also, we heard a song called Hero and a song called Beware of Darkness. Now, this song was written Halloween night while Brent, Holland, was cycling around the canal, listening to a radio station playing heavy, satanic-oriented songs in honor of Halloween.
I wonder who that was.
I think that was our Show 'em Goes to Hell weekend, wasn't it?
When one of my patients does the things that you're doing with your jaw, we give him Benadryl. Or Cogentin. I get no respect.
CFMB. Welcome to the second annual Multicultural Youth Festival update. Hello and welcome to our first edition. I'm Adi, and with us in our studios today is Brent Holland, a composer-songwriter representing the group Dutch Street. Brent, it's good to have you in our studios today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
What is the song we're going to hear now? Apparently it's gotten great success, eh?
Yeah, the song was written for a play at the Centaur called Indian Wants the Bronx, and it's called Driving Rain. It again reflects the frustration of the city life.
Okay, let's hear it. And that was Driving Rain from Dutch Street, written by Brent Holland on CFMB 1410. Brent, what are your moves in the future?
Well, we've got this show coming up, and we're also planning to release an EP in the summertime. Right now, we're just in the process of rehearsing for the show and really getting very, very tight.
Okay, Brent, I wish you all the best, and
thank you.
Keep practicing.
Thanks.
I'm still running in the rain, driving in the rain, running in the rain, driving in the rain, running in the rain, driving in the rain.
Now we're going to look at the band for today, which is August Rose.
August Rose was formed in 1984. They're a six-piece band, and they've just recently completed a demo tape with which they hope to secure a record contract.
They're going to perform two songs called Rainbow and Hello Goodbye.
There's a man with a gun in his hand and he's thinking about ending his life. There's a
Good. Let's take everything to the front. We'll take it back to the march. Here we go. We'll march. 1, 2, 3. Lift the knee up. Lifting up. Let's keep this march with the knee lift going over this next break. I'll be right back with more aerobics.
Weekend. Bye-bye.
Togetherness makes us strong. When it comes to politics, follow your heart. That's what I do. I think we could all gain by keeping our Canada together. We should move ahead. Yes, Canada, I love you, and I love you too. Follow your heart. Have a great week.
Center. Bye-bye.
Okay, and how did you get started in music?
How did I get started?
Or when did you get started? Whichever.
Oh, a long time ago. I guess when I was 10. I asked for a drum for Christmas and I got it.
Just one?
Just one. That's all we could afford at the time. And every Christmas after that, it was another drum or a cymbal eventually, or a bass drum pedal. Got fed up with banging on the ground. Neighbors were starting to complain. And I guess around when I was about 20, I felt really frustrated just playing drums. I wanted to create music, so I decided to learn how to play guitar. And so I learned how to play guitar, started writing music, some songs that I don't think were very good. And eventually I got to the same point on guitar where I started to get frustrated. And I decided to move on to keyboards. And so I taught myself how to play some keyboards.
You just pick up a book or something and
No,
just pick up the instrument?
Experiment. Yeah. Watch other musicians where they put their fingers on the instruments and how they strum the instrument or play the chords on keyboards and take it from there.
I had a good time.
The video took, what was it, 9 till 9?
It was actually it was a bit longer than that. It was about a 14-hour shoot.
Yeah.
Straight through, no lunch, no supper, no nothing.
Okay, well, why don't we have a look at the video and
okay.
we can all see what
Sure.
it looks like.
storm comes down, when the cold wind comes, turns his head around. We walk through halls of visions lost, and never mind about the cost. She pulled the strings, she called the shots, and stole into the night. Left him wondering if he'd ever really had a home. From Sandbox we raced to the swings, and passed right by the spreading wings. She's a very special girl, she knows how to use it. She's a very simple girl, she knows what she wants to.
Aussi en entrevue. Alors, c'est l'Halloween. Mangeons tous nos clandacs et discutons tranquillement de la musique. Alors, sans plus tarder, je vous présente notre premier invité. Il s'agit de Brent, représentant du groupe Holland. Bonsoir, Brent.
Bonsoir, Gilles. Ça va?
Ça va bien, hein?
Bon.
Bon, bienvenue. Le groupe Holland, je dois dire, pour nous, c'est un peu un inconnu. Peux-tu nous faire un peu un historique de ce groupe Holland?
OK. Pendant 6 mois, nous sommes dans le studio et nous faisons les pistes, peut-être pour un disque ou une distribution.
Oui.
Et aussi, nous avons fait une vidéo.
Oui.
C'est tout.
Donc, le groupe existe.